Okay, so here's the before. Keeping an eye on this. That's just one key click or two, or battery power. And then when you switch over to engine, so let's just say you're parked up, you listen to music, your Bluetooth is connected, then you need to go. So switching over to the engine power, it turns off the Bluetooth. That means you lose your Bluetooth connection. Same thing the other way. So let's just say you listen to music, then you're parked up, but you don't want to keep up your engine. You don't want to keep your engine on. So you switch over to electrics. So that split second, it causes the Bluetooth to go off. If the music got off for that long, no problem. It's just a few seconds. But the Bluetooth loses connection, and then finds it very hard to reconnect. So that's the problem. It's switching from battery power to engine power, and the Bluetooth disconnecting constantly. The solution is, or the proposed solution is, this thing here. This is supposed to be a uninterruptible power supply. I'm going to call it the baby UPS. It has a TP4056, I think. Oh, sorry, on the other side, with a very small battery, and then it's just got a power bank circuit, so you can feed off the power. So just converts the battery voltage into a constant 5 volts. The TP4056, if I got it correct, has a special feature where you can use it as well at the same time as you charge it. There's no timing, there's nothing clever, it's just a small battery. It discharges, then it's off. So I'm going to plug this in and I'm going to see what difference it makes. So once again, before is here, to engine it turns off, and then back on, and then from engine to just battery, turns off and then turns back on. So that's what I'm trying to resolve. Okay, so here's the after. You can't see much because it's dark. So I'll turn on the electrics first. So electrics on, and the Bluetooth comes on. And then I switch it over to the engine. There should be no abruption. Perfect. Then we switch it back to electrics. No interruption. And then if you turn the car completely off, it stays on for 1. About 14-15 seconds. So it's gonna last way longer normally because I just charged the battery then turned it off. A perfect solution, it'd be a fixed time, but it's a battery. The downside is if I leave to go to my house, I should probably turn something to see. If I leave to go into my house, if I parked close enough to my house, it's gonna connect to my Bluetooth and it's gonna stay connected. Another downside that I've recognized is sometimes it takes some time for this to turn on. That's when I reduce the charging current to 200 milliamps. Before it was at 1 amp. So maybe I could strike a balance from maybe around 500. Probably not healthy for the battery, but it's a small battery. I don't think it's going to cause any big issues if it does explode. As well as this, that might be just because it was a cold start. So I had it in my room, then I plugged it into the car. But it's going to stay in the car for a while. Let's see how long it takes to turn on. So other than it turning on with a delay sometimes, and then taking ages to turn off sometimes, well, most of the time, in between, during operation is perfect. So this should stay connected and not disconnect. That's the baby UPS, the first version of it anyway. I'll show you what it looks like again. Just turn the lights on. It's this here. So it's just a power bank circuit at the top, another power, like a lithium-ion battery charger at the bottom. I've changed the resistor, programming resistor, so it charges at a lower current. Normally it's 1 amp out of the box. Now it's 100 milliamps. So 100 milliamps might be a bit too low for it to catch up. So when I'm turning on the car, I might have to wait 5-10 seconds for the Bluetooth to turn on, which I don't like. I might jack it up to put that up to 500 milliamps. But for now, maybe it's just because it's in my room, sat in my room for ages. I'm going to leave it as 100. I'm going to test it. Then I'll increase the voltage, the current charging current. That's it. That's the baby UPS.